Let's make some noise.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Go ahead, hit the like, hit the share. This video, we're going to refresh some things that were told to us because these people are quick to tell us how we as supporters are always victim shaming. But let's just point out the characters of these people that they want to run with these narratives about.
2 years, I was considered what you call a fly-in, meaning that I was able to come and go as I pleased. It was not until he moved me into his house the summer of 2016 when I actually considered trapped. And when I say trapped, I was not held captive. I was mentally trapped.
Okay. So can I ask you a question? How old were you when you guys first met, and how did you meet?
I was 35 years old, and he had a promo tour for the Black Panties tour in Atlanta. It was a 4-day weekend. So I actually met someone from the entourage, and later someone from the entourage introduced me to him, and then I was invited back to hang out with them the January of 2014, the following year.
Okay. So hold on a second.
When I left the house, I had to gather my thoughts, and after being involved with him and witnessing the things that he's done to me and the other girls that was there, I felt I needed to contact those parents. So I did whatever I could to contact those parents, and when I contacted them, I let them know what was going on, but I did not reveal my identity to them because I wasn't sure if they was aware of it and, if they would go back and tell.
What was going on in this house? You're saying because I'm trying to understand. First of all, where is the house? How big is it? How many rooms? First of all.
I met him officially 2014 January, and which I was formally introduced.
Okay.
And that's when he gave me his number. And then we had our first sexual relationship February 2014.
Oh. So is the hype, because a lot of people would ask, because you said you were 35 when you met him, a lot of people want to know, knowing his reputation and knowing that he has multiple women, why would you do this? Is it the hype of it's R. Kelly? Like, what is it about you allowing yourself to be in a situation like this? Is he buying you things? Is he, you know what I'm saying?
And one thing him being R. Kelly, like I said, I would have been a fool to think that I was the only person he was seeing. So I respected his honesty. So yes, he was buying me things. I mean, it was like a normal relationship. I never saw the other girls until I moved into the house. Even before then, I guess he started introducing me to them. They knew me, but I didn't know them.
But you know, and in defense of you, I understand what you were saying, because you said, listen, I was in an abusive relationship. I was in a relationship with a man had a child on me. So again, you're probably feeling a certain kind of way, and him showing attention, he's a big-time superstar and everything else, you were probably a little vulnerable right then and there, right?
Yes.
So, with him,
I'm not sure. I don't know, recently if she's still with him, but I know when I left that she was still there.
And how old was the third lady that was there?
The third lady, she was 18 years old.
Oh my God, she just turned 18?
I remember seeing her the year before that summer, and she was 17 years old. To the house, I remember seeing this girl twice prior to me moving in. And when I first saw her, the first time I saw her, which was in Connecticut, he had like 2 concerts in Connecticut and in New Jersey.
Okay.
And at that time, I thought she looked really young, but I'm like, okay, maybe she just looked younger for her age. She was sitting on his lap. And so then I saw her earlier, I think later on, in Oklahoma at another concert.
And was she sitting on his lap again?
No, she was actually, because he told me to come into his dressing room, but her back was facing me, and he was rubbing on her butt, so I was confused.
And she's still a young girl. You're looking at this.
Well, yeah.
17. Asante McGee, and again, she was on Surviving R. Kelly and that documentary, and she now has a book called No Longer Trapped in the Closet. And so this thing with you and R. Kelly, now you look at it now. When you look back, did he have financial issues? Did you ever see him having any type or talking about financial issues?
No.
Because they're saying he only has $350,000 in the bank.
He would carry a Louis book sack full of money.
Really?
I remember before I moved in, I remember playing a game, a whiskey game. He would put the first round had like $1,100 on the table, and then he had money in his pocket. And if you won, you either took the pot or whatever was in the pocket. The second round, he had a whole bunch of money. You either chose the money in his pocket, not knowing if it's all ones or whatever the pot was.
And that's
it was $9,700 in his pocket.
So he had money. Okay.
Yes.
What about this? Did he ever talk about the allegations with him and young girls? And,
No.
and it kept coming back up. He never mentioned.
He never spoke of any of his pays at all. Marital abusive My ex-husband was abusive to me. He cheated on me, had a baby on me, different things like that. So when Rod was honest with me in the beginning, I respected that because my ex-husband was not. So, because of who he was, I would have been a fool to not believe that, I was the only girl.
So in the beginning, everything's fine.
Climates we're in today, one would be crazy to just listen to one side of a person's story. It's quite natural to want to believe a woman's sexual abuse allegations. But in today's age, it's necessary to dig a little bit deeper into the story. And after talking to Asante McGee's husband, I have quite a different perspective of her story. And it's nothing like the story she presented on Surviving R. Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, so 2013 is interesting when you got divorced because that's also when she's first seen with R. Kelly.
Correct.
Okay. So even though you all were divorced, you still were living in the same house.
Correct.
So how long did you stay in the same house when you were separated?
I stayed in the same house when I was separated for like maybe 6 months. And that's the reason why I was able to hear most of the conversation that she was having with his staff and other people that was in his team.
So from what you heard, do you think that she was specifically talking to him or just his staff?
What I heard, she was talking to his staff. She wasn't talking specifically to him. I never heard his voice. I never heard her actually, basically, address him.
Okay. So a lot of people will feel like the reason that you're speaking out is because you may be disgruntled because of your relationship.
No, I'm speaking out because basically, Asante Carson is a complete, liar. She's been lying since she was young. She's been lying. She lied on her mother and actually got her mother incarcerated just for a year. Yes, putting cigarette burn marks on her, putting a cigarette out on her arm. Actually, it did. And then when the investigator did the investigator, they found out that Asante was lying.
I also noticed that you said that she served some time in the army.
Yes, she served some time in the army, and around the time that she was supposed to be going overseas, she literally stopped taking her birth control pills and actually just went on and got pregnant, and that's when she got pregnant with Serenity, but to stop herself from going overseas because she was scared. And at the same time, because she was pregnant, the army didn't really keep up with her as much, because they had her go on leave. So Asante, followed me to Houston, Texas, because my mother and them had got caught up in Katrina. So she followed me to Houston, Texas to go check up on my mother and make sure everything was all right. But at the time when she was in Houston, Texas, she filled out FEMA papers and claimed that basically she was in New Orleans and she lost everything. At that time, FEMA had paid her like maybe $100,000, if I'm not sure, and somebody had called in on her that I know, a friend of mine had called in on her and told the military that she was AWOL in Texas, where she didn't belong. So when the military got wave of that, you know what I'm saying, the military told her that she needed to get right back up to New York State, Watertown, New York State. And if she do not get back as soon as possible, they were going to classify her as AWOL. FEMA also had caught on, and FEMA had frozen the account, which with the account actually had on, and FEMA had frozen the account, which with the account actually had, the account was actually both our account, and I actually had my money into the account that I work hard for also. So FEMA had froze the account, and I had to go through so many channels, so many different things just to get FEMA their money back so I can basically, them saying, have my account unfrozen.
So, what is her employment history like? What did she do before this whole scandal?
She was always a rep at home, you know what I'm saying? She had always home-based jobs. What she would do is, she would get a home-based job, and then as that home-based job doing the background, you know what I'm saying, at the same time as she's working on finding another job because she knew that she was going to be losing that one real soon. So she just basically always find home-based jobs that she would just be a phone rep for. The same thing that she was doing for R. Kelly team.
I see. So when you hear the stories, do you think that she was actually a girlfriend to R. Kelly, or do you think she was more of a worker to R. Kelly?
She was more than a worker. She was just a worker for R. Kelly. That's it. I used to hear her every now and then saying that he was the girl who basically would go into the front, pick some pretty girls to come backstage just to hang out with the team. You know, she would be the person to go find eye candy.
That's funny. The way they try to portray it, you know, with the celebrity lifestyle, it's expected to, if you're at a party, they say, go get some girls. But the way they try to portray it in Surviving R. Kelly, like he's saying, hey, go get these little girls. So, with that being said, that would imply that she would be the one getting these girls, right?
Correct. Hey.
Are you aware of how she met Tim Savage?
No, I'm not aware of that either. But I do know that Tylertown, Mississippi, Tylertown, I think. Tyler. I'm not really sure of the name, but I do know that the McGee run strong down there, and I'm actually kin to them.
Okay. So, I think one more important question was, when she was doing this traveling, how was she booking the reservation? Like, did she have a credit card on file, or how was she paying for this?
She had a credit card on file. One card.
Was it her card, or was it an employee card, or?
That I'm not really sure, you know, because before she actually got onto the camp and everything, she was doing a lot of identity fraud. So I'm not really sure who or what card that was.
Focus, focus. You ain't never gonna find another nigga this focused.
So make sure you go and check out that full interview. The link will be in the description. So let's go and move on to the parents, in which she had no other option. She felt so compelled to reach out to. Now that we know her character, let's shed light to the family's character, who just had to push the issue and ensure that this man was charged for bullshit charges just because he was upset about his daughter's adult relationship.
This is a vast contrast from the Tim Savage that was in the interview during the press conference. Now, just to catch you up, Joycelyn Savage is the girl that's believed to be held beyond her will in R. Kelly's compound in Atlanta. She's the one that gave the uncomfortable TMZ interview. She said she wasn't being held captive and that her parents were harassing her. Well, her father has been making videos online that I found dated all the way back from December of last year. At that time, he gave R. Kelly 120 days to release his daughter, or the time would be up and he'd start exposing him. Well, the time has been up. The family finally got the push they needed, and the story is trending everywhere. Now, in these videos, Tim, who's her father, expresses how R. Kelly was supposed to jumpstart his daughter's career. Joycelyn went off to college, and then she got hooked up with R. Kelly, and nobody has really heard from her since. Her sister makes a diss track about R. Kelly, accusing him of being naked in a room with some guy named Bubba, and exposing R. Kelly for his likes of wanting to get rectal exams from women. Oh Lord, child, not the Pied Piper. Well, without further ado, here are the videos.
R. Kelly, by now, you should know that you should come see me. You know who I am. You know who you have at your house. My daughter, Joycelyn Savage. My name is Tim Savage. You know who I am. The problem is, R. Kelly, you made some bad choices that you should have made. You know, this kind of reminds me of a Bill Cosby, Eddie Long situation. You're just like a...
Funny, he brings Bill Cosby in this situation. Because unlike Eddie Long, you see the difference? Eddie Long had real accusers. And we all know that many of the accusers against Bill Cosby have since come out and said they were lying. But it's funny you see this change in demeanor with this guy. And not one time in this video does it appear that his daughter is being held against her will.
Pig that doesn't fly straight. R. Kelly, I'm willing to meet you anywhere, anytime. Where's a radio station? Where is it a TV station? Any one of those places to discuss this problem. I'm pretty sure a man like you would not meet me in those settings. R. Kelly, I want to talk to you. We've talked before. I want you to know that what you're doing to women, period, is not fair to them.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't know who gave this motherfucker this script. But clearly, his execution is all bad. All bad. But what I want you all to do is to take the moment and go check out this video that I put together last year. And recognize one thing with me, that unlike with most, I'm very consistent. Now this video will be in the link below, and I'll close this video out on that note. Because if you are not paying attention, you can see that the way I'm putting my videos together is in a way that I can go back and put the whole story together. Not just sit here and be all gassed up, not knowing the full story, not knowing the real truth. So with that being said, for all of you supporting this channel, I really appreciate you. For all of you who are new to this channel, I challenge you to go back a year ago and look at the things that I was putting out then and look at the things that I've consistently put out. And I want you to keep that in mind when you keep hearing these clown-ass people keep bringing my name in their bullshit. I see it. Just like I see some of you messy-ass subscribers going back and forth, back and forth. But it's funny, a lot of the things that I told you last year have come to fruition this year. It's funny, a lot of things that I told you last year, you have sat back and watched play out before your very eyes. So let me make this very clear. I was getting ready to incorporate some content that was sent my way. But the day that I continue to try to help motherfuckers taking slick shots at me, the day that I continue to keep trying to support snake-ass individuals will be the day that hell surely freezes over. Now, I'm not R. Kelly. I can forgive. But when you fucking cross me, you fucking crossed me. Fuck you very much. Now, for all you troublemakers, take that message and run with it. I've said this for the last year. The only team I'm on is on the team supporting R. Kelly in a productive manner. When people do things wrong, that's on them. Has nothing to do with me. So with that being said, from this point on, if I catch you making any comments that stirs the pot on my channel, you will be blocked. I will not respond. I'm not making no videos responding to none of these fuck-ass people either. My mission is to support R. Kelly because clearly I have shown you throughout this whole year the man is being set up. So fuck all this stupid shit going on the internet because I ain't got time for it. Now everybody else, I do appreciate you. Keep sharing the content. And don't think for 1 second I don't know those of you hiding behind other individuals taking shots at me. The shit has gone on for a year and I'm over it. Now run tell that. Have a good day.